Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wonderful Saturday, and of course, you know that definitely your number one sports show on TV will come right to you. And we are indeed here. Sports Hub, it is, and you're watching VNTV. This show brings you everything that you need to know in the world of sports. I am Legitiman Nana Brandon, and of course, I do this with my usual brother.
Eugene Evans is my name, and please don't hesitate to join in the conversation via our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's VNTV, and of course, on Instagram and YouTube, it's VNation TV.
Now, for the coming minutes, these are some of the things that you should be expecting. Now, we have Wasiru Mohammed actually ready to fight Navarrette. This is coming from his camp. Apparently, Navarrette will be maybe in a bout with Mohammed. He says that he is ready. We'll get to know more about that later on in the show. We also have Final 8 format confirmed for Champions League and also the Europa League. More on the stuff that we'll be looking at. Also, Bayern Munich, hooray, they have won the Bundesliga for the 8th time consecutively. I mean, wow, they're just reigning in Germany. Now, finally, this is my favorite part. Players can have sex before games. This is something that I love. We will get to know who is saying this and the reasons why he is making this statement. But before that...
Well, I like the sound of that. And I'm sure you also like the sound of that. So, well, we've got more in store for you right here on Sports Hub. But let's take a break. When we come back, you already know how we do it.
Enjoy a wide variety of quality content on VNTV. Only on VNTV. Watch talk shows like The Opinion for political and social discussion. Sports Hub for all your sports news. I want to know what's trending? Oops, we got you with social media trends.
Download VNTV app from Google Play Store
and enjoy all of our awesome programs. Local and foreign movies whenever, wherever. VNTV, powerhouse of entertainment.
You're welcome back from the break. Well, if you just joined us, this is still Sports Hub right here on your favorite channel, VNTV. Now let's zoom in straight to our first segment for the day, which is Star Inspiration, where we get to bring you your favorite inspirational quotes from your favorite sports personalities. Well, for today, we've got something from America football coach Vincent Lombardi, and this is what he has for you. Now, Vincent Thomas Lombardi was born in June 11, 1913, and of course passed in September 3rd, 1970. Was an American football coach and executive in the National Football League, NFL. He is best known as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers during the 1960s, where he led the team to 3 straight and 5 total NFL championships in 7 years, in addition to winning the first 2 Super Bowls at the conclusion of the 1966 and 1967 NFL seasons. Well, there we have it for Star Inspiration. Now let's take a look at sports facts. What do we have for sports facts? The question of the day is, the very first Olympic race held in 776 BC was won by who? I take the question again. The very first Olympic race held in 776 BC was won by who? If you know the answer, all you need to do is to drop your answer in our comment section. Of course, later on in the show, we'll tell you the answer to that particular question.
Yes, and you know, it's interesting. Should we give them a clue?
Maybe. I think we should.
Okay, so this is the clue. He won, but he is in a profession that you would never think of someone coming from that particular profession winning that particular race.
So you can think about anything.
I mean, you know, the unusual profession. It has nothing to do with.
I mean, it could be a sex worker. You never know. I mean.
Yeah, in the spirit of sex, this seem. Well, moving away from that, of course, you've heard our Star Inspiration for the day and also the sports fact, I should say. Now, let's move into our first story of the day, because veteran Ghanaian female boxer Yarkor Chavez set to make a return to the ring. Now, Ghanaian veteran female boxer Yarkor Chavez is set to make a return to the ring in a post-COVID-19 bout against Diana Tosi of Switzerland. Now, at the Trust Sports Emporium at Bukom here in Accra. That is where the bout will be taking place. Now, the bout under the auspices of Dawn's Promotion in collaboration with the Pro Fighting Factory Promotion will serve as a post-COVID-19 package for boxing fans, according to the organizers. Now, according to representatives of Pro Fighting Factory, that is PFF, plans reached an advanced stage before the coronavirus pandemic, and they had to lock down and reorganize after the pandemic.
Well, there you have it.
Well, you know, it's exciting every time that you see people trying to elevate and, you know, shed light on female sports. I don't really pay much attention to the kind of sports. It could be tennis, it could be fields, it could be football, it could be boxing. So far as there is someone pushing females, I'm happy.
That is a way to go, and I think Yarkor has actually been in the game for very long, and it's good to hear that she's actually coming back. I mean, Yarkor is someone that I know. I mean, she's trying. She's actually trying. Like you're saying, paying attention to the female also in the game or in the field is the way to go.
You know, there's many occasions that we have. Females don't really want to involve themselves in sporting activities,
especially even boxing.
In boxing, you know, but I believe that this is a veteran. She's done a chunk of, you know, stuff for herself,
right,
and also the country as a whole. You know, so this, I believe, that will motivate young girls to actually pay heed to what she's doing, to motivate them to get into, if not even boxing, any sporting activity, because it doesn't only bring glory to yourself, but also the country in general. So you young ladies out there, just have interest in sports. I mean, people say but
for people to even develop interest, I feel that if they are only paid well, why not?
And if only they have the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another thing too.
Exactly. So, I mean, if the incentives are good and they are given the chance, I believe they can also do better. Well, we are still on boxing, and it looks like Wasiru Mohammed is getting ready to fight Navarrette. Let's take a look at that particular story. Well, Wasiru Mohammed, World Boxing Organization WBO Global Super Bantamweight Champion, has said he is ever ready to take on WBO World Champion Mexican Emmanuel Navarrete. Now, according to Mohammed, he wants to fight the champion before he moves up in weight, adding that most boxers are now afraid of the champion. Well, I don't know about that. Well, undefeated Mohammed said he was not afraid of the champion and wants to challenge him for the WBO title. Can you do it?
Oh my! You know, one thing about boxing is that it's more or less like you trying to intimidate your opponents. You know, sometimes you have to win the bout before even the bout kick starts. People
so
win.
mentally you have to find a way to get into the head of your opponent.
Exactly. You know, for you to have an advantage even before you guys will mount the ring. That is what exactly Wasiru Mohammed is actually doing. But let's not take away anything from him. He's a good boxer.
Right.
He's undefeated as well. And I mean, he's doing good for himself. Now he has his eye for the world trophy, the world title. I believe that that's what every boxer has to do. You know, yeah, locally you can, you know, do everything possible to get a name for yourself. But the bigger picture is your international recognition.
Exactly.
That is what I believe that every boxer should strive hard for. And I believe that is exactly what Mohammed is doing.
And I sincerely don't think he needs to put a limit to where he can get to. And I love his words. And this is what he has to say. He said, I'm ever ready to fight and hungry for success. If he sees himself as the best, then he must fight the best in the world. I like that. I like your vim. Well, according to Mohammed, who is ranked in the top 10 of the World Boxing Organization WBO, noted that he will be willing to fight champions in World Boxing Council, International Boxing Federation, IBF, and World Boxing Association, WBA. Why not?
You know, one thing too is that, look, you can say one thing, but living up to it is another. So
let's see how it goes.
It's like you're calling for the fight, but I hope that when he finally have the fight,
and the time comes,
you won't say that disgrace yourself.
Exactly, and then eventually you blame a fetish priest. Because like someone did. I don't want to mention it, but
I know the truth is, look, Emmanuel Navarrete is no joke.
No joke.
If you want a testimony, you don't have to look far. Look at your fellow countryman. He knows all about that. He knows everything about that. All right, so now moving away from the noble act of self-defense, let's look at something from the world of athletics and into the camp of Christian Coleman, because he's apparently not happy. Reason being that the world 100 meters champion Christian Coleman has been provisionally suspended after missing a third doping test. Now, this is what the American had to say. The American, who is 24 years of old, has disputed the third whereabouts failure on 9th December, which had been confirmed by the Athletics Integrity Unit, that is the AIU. He claims he was Christmas shopping 5 minutes away from home and the tester made no effort to contact him. I have never, this is what he said, and I quote, I have never and will never use performance-enhancing supplements or drugs. Coleman posted on Instagram, his social media page. I am willing to take a drug test every single day for the rest of my career for all I care to prove my innocence. So we have this about athletes that occasionally they get tested to see if they have any foul or illegal substances within their body system that enables them to do the kind of things that they do on the field, especially runners. So there will be a date that will be set, and you will be notified as an athlete, and then when that date is due, you will go, or a drug, someone who they normally call them testers,
right,
they will come to you in your home or wherever, it depends on the address you give them, and they test you. But there have been occasions that people tend to dodge those tests, and in the case of Christian, he has unfortunately missed those tests for the third time. But he is saying he's not dodging. They're just not doing it like how they should do. They are supposed to contact them, like make proper appointments to make sure that both parties will be present. But that's not going on.
It's a bit questionable then. If he's saying that, there's no proper procedure to actually set some appointments, for them to get tested, then why do they actually come out then and tell you that, you know what, you have missed 3?
That is the issue.
It's very questionable because
I feel just
just
much,
one is something, but just twice and the third time, then I feel that there's something somewhere that this gentleman isn't telling us.
But the problem too is that the Athlete Integrity Unit doesn't really care about how the test goes. They just rule or make their decisions based on reports that has been given to them.
Right.
That is what they work with. So what Coleman is saying with the tester or whatever, it doesn't really count, and it will make his argument a bit more difficult as compared to if it wasn't about his failure to be present for the test. But then again, he says he's ready to do tests every single day for the rest of his career. If you're in a tight situation, you can say everything that you want.
I don't think it's
the truth is actually what
exactly
we're looking for.
Exactly.
But he's quick to say. It seems like he's pushing the blame to the tester and the AIU that look, they're not putting things to work properly. That's why some of these things are happening.
Then they actually need to put some things in place. If, like you're saying, there's no proper procedures or measures put in place to actually run the test and all of that. And I feel that they are being a little bit unfair to him by suspending him and all of that. So moving on, maybe there should be some communication as to whether, that's the way to go or not. Because like he's saying, he's willing to be tested each and every day. Well,
we get to know what the latest news updates on that, and we will notify you, cherished viewers, on this particular matter. But hopefully it wouldn't be like he's hiding something.
We just hope
get
so.
To know.
They say the guilty is always defensive. We just pray that he is not guilty. Anyways, let's talk about sex.
Yeah, I love sex.
Well, sports physician Dr. Pamboe actually have been speaking quite interesting revelations there. Well, he is saying that it's actually there's nothing wrong with players actually having sex before matches. Let's take a look at that particular story. Well, sports physician Dr. Prince Pamboe is urging local footballers to enjoy bouts of sex. I like that. With their partners before league matches. Now, according to the CAF or CAF medical officer, players can enjoy sex with their partners hours before games, and the notion that it will reduce their strength is false. Is it false? And this is what he said. It's good for players to have sex before games. There isn't any problem with that if they are doing it right with their wives or girlfriends, he told Happy FM. Now, he actually continued by saying the only problem is that some players get distracted because of the multiple girlfriends they have, which tends to affect their performance. That is why sometimes they are not allowed to do so. He explained. What do you think about that? Because I hear that a lot too. That especially when the Black Stars don't do it, they are like, we're man or hotel.
It makes them so tired. It's facetious, and people should desist from that. But another school of thought will also be like, no, it actually works in the favor of these players, and it's not just about football. Anything that you need, your strength, any sporting activity, sex actually helps. I heard it from one of some of the shows that I was watching some time ago, and the doctor said emphatically that there's nothing wrong with it. It actually helps, and one very famous footballer also made the same assertion that I believe, I'm not too sure, I have to check, but I don't know if it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but he was saying that he enjoys sex because he gives him some extra energy.
Like a booster.
I like that. Exactly. But people are also very quick to condemn it, that, look, this is not right. You lose focus. You mess yourself. Just abstain from it. But now we're listening to an
expert. An expert telling us, you can do it. Give it to your wives and your girlfriends before. Who knows?
I don't care about what
might help them.
I'm going with the doctor.
You're going with the doctor.
Yeah,
I think I also go with the doctor.
You know what my concern is?
No, what is your concern?
This is footballers. I want to know about TV presenters.
I don't know about that. Well, he continues by saying that players who smoke marijuana or weed are not productive on the pitch, as it clouds their sense of judgment on the field. Well, he says smoking weed does not give a player an advantage on the field. They are not even productive. If a doping test is carried out and it turns positive, they can be sanctioned.
So basically, it is sex over weed.
Sex over weed.
Sex over weed.
What about you? What do you prefer? Weed over sex? Sex over weed or both?
Of course, sex is good. I don't know how weed.
So you want both together? So what did you take in before coming on set?
None. That's why I want to know. So Dr. Bampo.
That's why you're slow today. It's understandable.
It is. We've known for the footballers now. What about TV presenters? Do we also need to jiggy before we come up here in the studios? I really see. Eugene Evans is asking on behalf of TV presenters, Dr. Bampo, we really need your reply very fast.
I can't wait for Dr. Bampo's response to that. Anyway, but let's take a breather. When we come back, we've got more in store for you right here on your favorite sports show, Sports Hub, right here on VNTV. We'll be right back.
Enjoy a wide variety of quality content on VNTV. Only on VNTV. Watch talk shows like The Opinion for political and social discussion. Sports Hub for all your sports news. Alright, want to know what's trending? Oops, we got you with social media trends.
Download VNTV app from Google Play Store
and enjoy all of our awesome programs, local and foreign movies whenever, wherever. VNTV, powerhouse of entertainment.
Hello there, welcome back. You're still watching Sports Hub right here on VNTV. But let me remind you that you can get interactive with us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is VNTV. On Instagram, it is VNation TV. And also, you can get interactive with us on our YouTube page, that is VNation TV as well. Comment, share, like. We love that you guys do that for us. But let's move back to the studio and move on to the next story that we have, and still in football with a bit or a touch of governance, because the UK government have made a food voucher U-turn after Manchester United striker Marcus Rashford's campaign. Now, about 1.3 million children in England will be able to claim free food meal vouchers in summer holidays after a campaign by footballer Marcus Rashford. Now, the Manchester United forward, who is 22 years of age, welcomed the 6-week voucher for eligible children, saying, "Look at what we can do when we come together." Now, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer said the move was a welcome U-turn. Prime Minister Boris Johnson praised Mr. Rashford's contribution to the debate around poverty. During the coronavirus lockdown, the government is providing vouchers to families whose children qualify for free meals, but it had insisted they would not continue outside of term time. That is what Rashford protested against, and now I am very happy that this has actually, be overturned by his action, his affirmative action to make sure that people do not go hungry, especially kids, children. 1.3 million children. That is a lot of children. I mean, it's funny how in Africa, people are always quick to jump up to Europe and to America for greener pastures, but they have their problem.
They also have their issues. I mean, like they say, don't say that the other side, grass is greener, water yours. That is the way to go, because you never know. 1.3 million children.
Yeah, children.
And that should tell you that they actually have their own problems. But talking about this particular issue, I like the fact that the impact, it's actually yielding results. It's not just on the pitch, but he's actually pushing for an agenda also, which is also humanity-wise is actually something very good.
This makes me beg the question that why are we always so eager to distance ourselves from politics? I mean, football from politics, because in which way you look at it, there's always influence from one point to the other. And now, look at how football can influence political decisions.
Right.
This was the UK government decision.
Exactly.
But it took just one person with the support of many to make this change. If not Rashford's campaign, we will be having, or there's a possibility that 1.3 million children during summer will have gone hungry.
Yes, and even more. You never know
what will happen, because, look, malnutrition, anemia. I mean, look, there are some things I don't want to think about. But this also tells us that if we should come together, there are so many things that we can achieve as a people. I mean, people who are very popular, who have the platforms, because their celebrity status is, assured. Their popularity is also assured. Don't just be famous, just utilize it to help society.
I believe you are in every position actually for a reason, because your voice, you are basically the voice of the voiceless, regardless of the field that you are in. Like you're saying, yes, you cannot separate politics from football whatsoever. It is actually related. Imagine if he had said that, at the end of the day, this is not football related. So,
this is not
I'm not going to do anything about it. Yes,
yeah.
It is not my issue. So this actually should be an example for everyone to emulate, including his colleagues, the footballers, everywhere you find yourself, every corner you find yourself serving. I mean, just know that you are not just there for yourself, but for other people. You have the voice, so speak up.
Yeah.
For the benefit of other people.
This is something that a 22-year-old young man had done for a whole country. Please, you can also do same. Yeah. I really felt this. I mean, I'm proud of him. Yeah, he's a Manchester United fan. I'm just looking forward to see a Chelsea player also do same.
There he goes.
Moving away from that, we have final 8 format confirmed for Champions League and also Europa League.
Yeah.
Are you happy football seems to be returning? It has even returned, because we have Serie A, we have Premier League, we have Bundesliga, and it looks good.
I see people already excited about this whole thing. I mean, the fact that, this whole COVID-19 has taken a halt on almost everything. And football is actually one of the things that actually brings us some bit of joy and entertainment.
Sure.
So why not? It's back. Let's enjoy. So let's take a look at this particular story. Well, this season's Champions League and Europa League competitions will be completed in August, with final 8 tournaments in Lisbon, Portugal, and in cities across Germany. The Women's Champions League will also be a knockout tournament in northern Spain between 21st to 30th August. And the competitions were suspended in March because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, UEFA also confirmed that all 12 original host cities will stage matches in the delayed Euro 2020 finals. And then moving on, the competition will now start on 11 June 2021. The outstanding playoff matches will be staged during the international window starting on the 8th of October and 12th of November, respectively. Well, Champions League schedule. Well, on the 7th of August, we get to play the last 16-second leg, right?
Yeah.
On the 8th of August, Then we get the last 16-second leg. And then the 12th of August, we have the quarter final. And the 13th of August, we also have the quarter final. 14th of August, we also have the quarter final, right?
Yeah.
And then also the 15th of August, quarter final again. And then on 18th of August, we have the semi-final. 19th August also we have the semi-final, and of course 23rd August we have the finale. The Champions League will resume with the second leg of the remaining last 16 games played on 7th and 8th of August. Man City are yet to play their home leg against Real Madrid. Chelsea are away at Bayern Munich. Juventus are home to Lyon, and Napoli at Barcelona. And of course UEFA said it has yet to decide whether to host the matches at the home grounds or at a neutral venue. And of course, it continues by saying the subsequent knockout rounds will be single-leg affairs and will be hosted in Lisbon between 12th to 23rd of August. And then the final has been scheduled for 23rd August in the Portuguese capital, Istanbul. Originally appointed to stage the 2020 finale, will now host the 2021 final. And then the Europa League will resume from 10th August. Then the remaining last 16 games will be played on the 5th and 6th of August. UEFA said, and this is what UEFA says, a decision will be made in due course on whether these matches, for which the first leg has already been played, will be staged at the home team's venue or in Germany. Now, Inter Milan versus Getafe and Sevilla versus Roma, whose first leg was also postponed, will be played as a single leg at a venue to be confirmed.
So, as you know, just in case you do not know,
of course, there.
that is what Sports Hub is here for. We always, update you on the latest trend in the world of sports. And this is coming from the camp of UEFA in terms of their Champions League, matches and Europa League matches. So you have it for yourself, the dates, the fixtures and everything. There have been some changes in terms of venue. Of course, I believe that it is all in favor, of the preventive measures by UEFA to make sure that the virus doesn't spread and kill people as it has been doing. So I am very happy. I'm very excited that the Champions League is coming back. And I hope that all the plans that they have laid, down for this, resumption of this Champions League and Europa League will be, successful. That we wouldn't have to, lock them down again. I mean, that is what I'm praying for. So, hooray! If you're a Champions League fan, you're very excited. Of course, it's not the same when you look at the point or the angle from the angle that there wouldn't be people in the stadium to cheer you on. I mean. But it's better than nothing.
Exactly.
It's better than nothing.
We call it the new normal. We have to go with it, right?
Yeah, so now the new normal is something that Bayern Munich actually experienced. Yes, they experienced that after they won their 8th consecutive successful title. Now we have Bayern Munich celebrated in a near empty stadium after securing an outstanding 8th consecutive title. It's a near empty because it wasn't empty. We had their managers,
and their technical
team, their backroom staff and everything. So it wasn't empty. Okay. It was near empty. You a hater. So this is how everything went down. Lewandowski chested down Jerome Boateng's chipped pass to net the winner against Werder Bremen and seal the league with 2 points, 2 games, I should say, to spare. Bayern Munich's 11th straight Bundesliga win put them 10 points clear of Borussia Dortmund, they still have 3, they had 3 games to go. But it just means that even if they win the 3 games, it will amount to 9 points. It wouldn't still be enough to stop Bayern Munich because they have 10 points. And that's how come Bayern Munich were able to win the league. But the problem is, this is something that they should actually be a team stopping Bayern Munich. They have won the league for 8 years running straight. It can't happen in England. It can't happen in Spain.
So what do you think
it can happen?
What do you think will be the issue?
I don't know if their dominance seems to be unrivaled. I mean, they have the financial muscle. And but Borussia Dortmund is one team that don't really like Bayern Munich that much because they buy all their star players. Look, so far as a player is just making trends in Borussia Dortmund,
they go get the player.
The next minute you see, he's wearing a Bayern Munich shirt. I don't know how. I don't know if it's the quality of the league or they just not competitive enough. That is the other teams that play in the league. But I don't see this, happening in England. I mean, there's no way a team can win the league for 8 years running.
Right.
We saw Leicester City, 2016 come from the championship side straight up to win the title.
Right.
That is an unthinkable season. And they will stop you. The maximum you could go is 3. Someone will stop you. And sometimes it comes from the unusual people, It is very difficult. It's rare to see, aside England, big teams losing in other parts of Europe. In Spain, it's almost impossible. It's in Bayern Munich, it happens, but not that frequently. In Serie A, the same thing there.
Right.
When you go to France, the same thing. But when you have, teams that will give everything to make the football exciting, that is why it is arguably the best league. That is the EPL, because look, interesting stuff happen. That is why a team can come and just destroy Liverpool's unbeaten run whilst they are being threatened by relegation. That is how magical the Premier League is. But you can't say same for other leagues. What do you think is wrong?
I think, like you're saying, it's not competitive enough, or the other teams are not really up to task. Because if you are really up to task for 8 times running, then there's something wrong.
And it does not really correspond. When I say correspond with European trophies or successes, there have been several times that Bayern Munich have been to the European Champions League finals, but they didn't win it. But I believe if you are very strong in your home, why can't you emulate same when you go outside there to meet other people from other countries? So I believe that the league is gradually becoming boring. Because before the league starts,
you already
know who is going to win.
Yeah.
And this has happened for almost a decade. Something should be done. And for particularly this season, it was an interesting run. But of course, Bayern Munich were able to get away, especially when they were able to defeat Borussia Dortmund. And I believe that those other teams also, man up and made the league really interesting.
All the best next season.
Now to a team that, unfortunately, despite the likes of Paulo Dybala and also Cristiano Aguero dos Santos Ronaldo, they are still struggling. In fact, they struggled and they were beaten. They were bleeding when they lost the Coppa Italia to a team like Napoli.
All right, so let's take a look at that particular story. Well, in line with safety protocols born from the coronavirus pandemic, Napoli had to collect the Coppa Italia trophy themselves. Interesting. Napoli held their nerve to claim a first major trophy in 6 seasons by beating Juventus 4-2 in a penalty shootout in the Coppa Italia final. Well, Milik scored the winning spot kick after Paulo Dybala had seen his first for Juve saved before teammate Danilo blazed the second over. And this followed a hard-fought 0-0 over 90 minutes of few chances played behind closed doors at the Stadio Olimpico. It gives Napoli boss Gennaro Gattuso his first major trophy as a manager. However, for his opposite number, Maurizio Sarri, it is another lost piece of potential silverware. Well, so far in his career, which included a transformational 3-year spell at Napoli that saw them regularly challenge for the title, Sarri had just last season's Europa League to his name from his one campaign with Chelsea. And whilst his side currently top Serie A, they are far from assured of scoring a 9th straight title and his first trophy on home soil, with their lead over second place Lazio just 1 point. It is what it is.
Over the day, we had, over the week, I should say, people were trolling Juventus. They were trolling Juventus because, we had Lionel Messi being very instrumental in the win of Barcelona in their league. And they were trying to, they were hoping that Cristiano Ronaldo will emulate same when Juventus played. You know that Cristiano Ronaldo is a very, he becomes ferocious when he sees titles. So they were just hoping that, look, this is it. This is a man who loves trophies. But actually it didn't go well. It didn't go as expected. And people are also trolling Juventus because Sarri is a man that people troll him by saying he doesn't like trophies. He likes to lose trophies. You know, Sarri will get you to the final, but will lose the trophy.
But getting it is an issue.
So, I mean, Juventus is struggling. And as it being stated, Lazio is right behind them in the league. And just 1 point separates the two sides. So, Juventus really have to sit up. You know, they have to just, it's difficult, but they have to shove off the loose, you know, off themselves, off them shoulder, you know, very swiftly focus on the league, because that's the main focus. You know, if they should do that, they may be winning the 9th straight league title. We're talking about Germany, but this will be the 9th title if Juventus should go ahead and win the particular league for this season in Serie A. But again, I believe that Sarri, of course, it's a final, and every team will give everything to win.
The best ones, they are actually in finals.
So people shouldn't be too hard on Juventus or Sarri or even Cristiano Ronaldo. He's still the GOAT. Yeah. If you don't agree with me, bring your sheep.
Hard transformer. Anyway, that's all time will allow us right here on today's edition of Sports Hub. But let's take a look at sports facts.
Yes, so today our question was very simple. We asked that the very first Olympic race held in 776 BC was won by who? We gave you a clue that it came from a person with an unusual profession. When we talk about athletics. Yes, and the answer is...
Well, I suggested a sex worker. I don't know.
He's not a sex worker. He's a chef.
And it
his
goes by the name is
Korobos.
Yeah.
Yes, Korobos. He actually won the first ever race held in 776 BC. I was wondering, where was I? I mean, where was my mom, my dad, my great-grandparents?
Your great-grandparent, that's what I was actually waiting for.
So he is a chef, or he was a chef, and actually went on to win that particular race. It's incredible. And the race was actually 136 meters, but now they've reduced it to 100 meters, and they have 200 meters for separate or different field events. Yes, but this is the man who won the first ever race. Yeah, before boat, there was someone who is a chef, and his name was Korobos.
Doing the most.
Charlie.
Quite
chef.
interesting, a chef.
Wow.
It is what it is. Well, that's what Sports Facts is all about. We get to unravel and reveal the hidden facts in sports. That's what we do right here on Sports Hub. Well, like I mentioned earlier on, that's just about it for today. My name is Eugene Evans.
And of course, my name is Legit Emmanuel Nana Brandon. For everything that you do, remember to get interactive with us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is VNTV. On Instagram, it is VNation TV. On our YouTube page, it is VNation TV as well. Comment, share, and let's enjoy ourselves with the wonderful experiences that VNation TV brings to our lovely viewers.
And if you don't have the app, all you need to do is go to Google Play Store, key in VNTV, download the app, and enjoy all our great content. See you next time.